Hi everyone, welcome back to Asian Highlands. I'm here to talk to you a little bit and give you an update on how Basha and Mango, our two Amur Leopard cubs, are doing. The two boys are growing so fast. They are almost bigger than, if not already bigger than mom. It's really fun because when we're moving through our spaces and checking on our animals, we often mistake the cubs for one of the adults, and it takes a minute till we see their faces to know that that was one of the cubs that we just saw. They're also starting to learn all sorts of different new behaviors to help them in their different aspects of care that we give to them here and preparing them for a future of helping out their species. One of the things that we're committed to as a facility is promoting breeding programs that diversify the genetics of a population in human care, and then hopefully one day out in the wild as well. What we expect for Basha and Mango is that they are going to go on to have their own families and continue their genetic lines. So part of what we need to work on both socially and for the future of leopards is we need to work on Basha and Mango being able to live on their own. Male leopards are solitary for most of their lives. They'll come into contact with females for breeding, but males aren't a part of raising the children. Right now what we're doing is, because they still are very much, especially Basha, mama's boys, they love being around mom. We're working on them getting opportunities to be separate from mom, but also during those times they're getting really cool toys or really cool activities to engage in. What you might be seeing is mom off in a different space and the boys together alone in an exhibit space. And then what we'll continue to do as we move further along this program is that the boys will actually be spending time apart from one another as well with those activities. And what we're paying really close attention to is making sure that they are engaging in different activities, and then once the provided activities are finished by the boys, that they're actually choosing to use their exhibit spaces in the ways that leopards would. So they're going up to go rest on perching, they're finding sunny spots, they're climbing up trees and stuff like that. And the boys have been doing really well apart from mom with all of that. So we'll be moving into making sure that they're able to do all of that in their own individual spaces next. We have a team that is experienced in transferring a lot of animals. As you guys might know, Anadyr, the cub's dad, actually came to us from Yorkshire Wildlife Park, which is across an ocean. So one of the programs that we're working really hard on with our cubs and also with other facilities across the AZA is to work on what it looks like to move an animal from a space to another space. We often think of moving these animals as teaching them to walk into a crate, which is super awesome training. It's wonderful that we are able to voluntarily crate up these animals and move them to a different facility. But once they walk into that crate that final time, they're then maybe getting on a plane like Anadyr did in that crate, and then they're being introduced to a completely new environment that they have no experience with. So what we want to teach our leopards to do is have the skill sets to seek out different things that they want in new environments. So we have been working on crate training with our boys. They're really solid. Some parts of that program could be crating the boys and moving them to different locations. Our boys can go into 3 different yards throughout the week, and those different yards have all different setups, different places that they need to go in order to find food, because we have different setups for toys, and we have zip lines in one yard, and we have really tall trees in a different yard. So all of that are things that we're working on teaching our boys to be able to utilize, so that if they go, then they know how to explore their environment and be really comfortable in a new setting. We have 4 Amur leopards, which represents 4% of the known wild population. Part of boosting those numbers are these programs that we're running to make sure that they're successfully able to breed and live in the future. And hopefully one day we'll see a world that has much more Amur leopards out in the wild.